Yeah, that is not the slide.
Okay, my junior year, the Turner Joy and the Maddox had a little tete-a-tete with the North Vietnamese PT boats off the coast of North Vietnam and the Gulf of Tonkin. Kind of perked my interest. And anyway, then my senior year, the Idrang Valley incident happened. Any of you see the movie We Were Soldiers and Young Ones? Didn't think so.
Give me a second to introduce
There's
you.
Mel Gibson, and he portrayed Colonel Moore. And then there was the AP reporter there, so it's pretty much accurate. What really happened as opposed to what Hollywood does with their movies to embellish it to sell tickets. But anyway, hadn't it been for gunships and napalm, that would have been a lot uglier for the 7th Cav than it was. So anyway, that pretty much sealed the deal for me. I knew I was going to wear a uniform of some kind, no money to go off to a higher education. Reasonably fit and whatnot. So I went and took some tests with the Army. They come back with MOSs that I could probably be trained in. I picked refrigeration, air conditioning. And so after basic training at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, December 65, January 66, off to Fort Belvoir, Virginia, we went for 11 weeks of enlightenment, just to give you enough capability to make you dangerous to yourself and others. Come the end of May of 66, they give us our orders. 15 of us got on our little planes and off to the tropical breezes we went for a most excellent camping adventure. So my job was to, that whole year was to build and install and wire in the 10,000 BTU units into boxes for stateside food to be brought over that was refrigerated. Worked a year at that and wasn't done yet, and asked my lieutenant if I should extend 6 months and stay and help finish it, and he kind of cocked his head and said, "No, I think you ought to get your your anatomy." He called it something else. It had 2 S's in it, I think. Anyway, I got on the plane and I got out of there. Well, then I went to Fort Hood, Texas. I worked with the post engineers there till February of 68. Then they decided I needed to do Germany and the Autobahn, go to the Cold War as opposed to the Hot War. And so there, the last 8 months, we were running up and down the Autobahn, hauling rations to the NATO forces that were up at the Bergen-Holm range. So come November 68, come to me and asked me if I'd consider re-enlistment. I said, "No, the contract would probably still have wet ink on it before you reached in your back pocket and give me another ride to the tropical breeze." I said, "I'm going home." So I did that and went home and married my high school sweetheart. Now we'll see if we can go through this wonderful pictorial thing here. That's deer in the headlight look on the right side. Boot camp graduation. What did you do to yourself, Steve? There was the humble abode, home sweet home for 9 months on the left there before they got concrete underneath us. We were on cots underneath mosquito netting for that full time. That was Camp Radcliffe, which is up there in the box. Home of the 1st Air Cav at that point in time. See if we can get another one. This was on K. This was only about 3/5 of the compound. Right in there is the runway, one of 2. And it went down around here, and there was another runway that went in here. Hong Kong Mountain was right here. This was the hospital, and our company area was right here up at the foot of Hong Kong Mountain. So let's see what else he's put on here. This is the commanding officer of the company, and that's my replacement, myself, up on the lean-tos that we build up over the top of the boxes so as that it wouldn't be such a heat sink. Anybody know what a heat sink is? Well, any dark color attracts UV rays and heat, so we tried to eliminate some of that because we were pulling a 100-degree differential from what the ambient temperature was outside to what we were trying to keep cold inside the boxes. So anyway, he did a good job there, and I'm done.
Okay.